Man, those agua chilis really got to me. All right. How's everybody doing?
Amazing.
Doing good.
Pretty
And
Sad
good.
boy, sad boy episode part 2.
Is that Subway?
Sad boy.
Slow
Oh,
boy.
sad
Sad
boy.
boy.
A po'
Some-
boy? Hold on.
Somebody's
Wait.
somebody's hungry over there.
Always, dude. Stay hungry.
Yeah, I'm craving some fish.
Fish at this time.
That is kind
It's
of
like
strange,
eating
right?
a watermelon.
you're not supposed to eat watermelon at night. You would know
I
that if you
know.
are a real Mexican.
I know, but you can eat a torta at night.
You don't have. Okay, so I guess I'm not that Mexican, but you're not supposed to have watermelon at night.
No, because it's too heavy for you. Or like, at least that's what that my parents always said. You can't have like watermelon or cantaloupe.
Is watermelon just water?
Mm-hmm. But that's what Brandon's saying. Like, but you can't have watermelon because it's too heavy. But you can eat like 10 tacos. People really like
I always thought that role was kind of weird because when we worked overnight, like that's our morning. So how does that make sense? Like,
True. How do those rules stick if your morning is everybody else's night?
I didn't come up with a rule. I was just
But how does it equate though? Like, is it technically your morning? You're not allowed to eat watermelon at like noon.
Like, does your body know that's midnight, or I
I
don't know?
don't think so.
I know, right? Like
I
when do
guess-
you eat breakfast? When do you eat breakfast, Aaron?
Yes.
I don't eat breakfast.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
I don't eat breakfast because of the time that I wake up is I wake up like
Dinner.
around 3 or 4, and then my girlfriend comes over around 5, and we have dinner at 6. So I can't. If I eat when I wake up, I'm not gonna be hungry later.
Well, the first meal of the day is dinner for you.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a regular dinner, I guess. Like we'll make pasta or pizza, something like that.
Pizza for
Do you
breakfast.
do you really cook, or you just say you cook to sound cool?
I really cook. I've always
do
cooked.
too.
What do you mean? I used to
cook
send
as
you
well.
guys pictures all the time of what I was making. I don't know why you don't believe that I don't cook.
It totally looked like you just like got it off the internet. That's why.
I saw a
Um,
picture from wasn't it Martha Stewart?
what
I
was
did
I gonna-
this.
No, I definitely cook. I mean, it's not that difficult. You can follow recipes, or you can just follow your heart, and you'll figure out if it's good or not afterwards.
Follow your heart. Calm down.
You know?
Yeah. You follow your heart when you make a cereal bowl too.
I mean, if you want to get fancy, you can always put sliced bananas on there. Some
Oh, it's a gourmet cereal.
Yeah, strawberries. People definitely overtook the whole avocado toast, and that's just making toast with avocado. So
And they're selling it for like $7.
yeah.
You know what you reminded me of? Like when you're watching those any movie and they make like this huge breakfast and like it looks so like delicious, but like they just like grab a little piece of pancake or waffle and then just walk away from the whole thing and like, oh my god.
Oh, like those 90s movies, they're like, oh, I gotta go, Mom, sorry. And it's just all the French toast, all the eggs, all the
Yeah.
like bacon sausage. I don't know what else.
Yeah.
They just eat
Nah,
a slice of toast and then walk out.
but yeah, I would like to start the podcast talking about how I almost lost my shit yesterday. because, so first of all, I didn't sleep, right? So I had been awake from the day before. I instead of taking like a nap to flip my schedule, I just stayed awake. I did. So I was really tired, and I did all the stuff that I usually do. I was like cleaning my apartment, uh, taking the trash out, washing dishes, um, and running a bunch of errands. And then we had our work virtual party, and I was hella tired. I was hella hungry because I didn't eat anything all day either. Like I ate a sandwich earlier in the day, and so the whole week, like since last week, um, I I've been waiting for us to get paid so that I could get sushi, right? Because I saw a TikTok where if you go to this market um, after 8:30, they have all of their food at buy one get one free. So like the whole week, I was just
What a
like,
deal.
man, I can't. Yeah, I was like, I can't wait for Thursday so we can get paid. And I'm gonna go get me like two big old trays of sushi for like $10, right? And
Yeah.
so drive up to the um I drive up to the restaurant slash marketplace, and they're closed. And I go on Google Maps to look at the hours. The fucking location that is like 5 minutes from me is the only location that closes at 8. Every other location closes at 9. Um, and so I
Dang.
was there. Yeah, I was there like 8:35, 8:40, and I was so fucking mad. Like I was tired, I was hungry. This is the one thing that I was looking for a whole week, and it was fucking closed. And I I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go home. I'm just gonna get Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A is like around the corner from my place, right? Like I can go to Chick-fil-A and turn right, and I'm pretty much in my apartment. Um, so I'm driving back, and I get stuck in traffic for 30 minutes. Like it was a really bad wreck. There was only one lane open, and I was so pissed. It was like 9:30 by the time I got out of the freeway. And while I was in the freeway, I ordered Chick-fil-A through the app because even if Chick-fil-A is really busy, as soon as they check you in, um, they'll bring you the food. Even if you're like all the way in the back of the line, what matters is that they check you in on the app. And I'm getting to Chick-fil-A, and there's 3 cars in front of me, and they all turn into Chick-fil-A. And so it's like, fuck. Like I was like, whatever. I already ordered, right? Like I just need to get the food. Um, so they check me in, and the person that's all the way in the front is taking forever. I don't know what the fuck they ordered, but they're, they're taking forever, and they're not bringing me my food, right? So I think I spent like 10 minutes on the line or in the line. They finally, like, one of the registers, one of the people, cashiers, they come out with my food. I'm like, fuck, finally. And I'm gonna pull away, right? Like I'm just gonna swing to the other lane so I can leave. And to do that, I need to back up, right? But I need to back up like the tiniest bit. Like I'm talking about 2 inches at the most. And I put my car in reverse, and this fucking bitch behind me, she lays on her horn like she's honking at me. I'm not even moving, and she's just like honking at me like she thinks I'm gonna slam the gas and just destroy her car by backing into her and the stupid Chick-fil-A lane. I for like good 20 seconds, I'm just staring at her on my rearview mirror, and she's laying on her horn. And dude, it literally almost it was almost my 13th reason right then and there. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Malcolm in the Middle, but there's an episode where Lois gets into a road rage incident
Oh yeah.
because this other woman like barely dings her car. Dude, I was seconds away from just doing the same thing, just like slam on the gas and hit her car and just pull up and back up again and pull up and back up again until neither of the cars were working anymore. Dude, it was such a bad day. And this bitch was just like, she kept honking at me. And it's not like a single hunk. No, she's like a continuous hunk.
Just
Oh,
holding that honk, huh?
yeah, dude. Oh my
Uh,
God.
have you seen that show called Beef on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that, right? This is a
Dude,
similar
it
experience.
exactly like that.
Yeah.
Exactly like that. Oh my God.
And you had such a good opportunity. Like if you were in front of her, you should have like, oh, can I pay for that person's meal? And then at the window say, oh, that's my order, and then just take the
Just
lady's
take her
food.
food.
Just take your
Yes,
order.
dude. I should have done that. That would have been so
So I ain't
fucking
paying
fun.
for you for shit.
But nah, dude. I was like, if I had like worse mental health, like that would have been it. Like I can guarantee you, I would have gone fucking viral on TikTok because of that.
So
Uh,
when you got home, was your order correct?
yeah.
He would have lost it right there.
I just wanna make sure.
But dude, it just sucked so bad because it's like all I could think about the entire week that I was waiting to get paid was getting sushi, and getting home and just watch some Netflix, eating my sushi, and then it all just went downhill so fast for no good reason. But yeah.
Yeah, road rage is crazy. I have a dash cam and I just record so many crazy stuff just around DFW. I'm not
Yeah.
even doing anything. I'm just like, dang, that's an idiot driver right there.
Yeah. I don't understand why. Like, have you never been in a drive-through before? Do you really expect me to like back into your car? Like,
I mean, does your
there's
car have the rear view camera?
yes, I have a rear view camera, and I mean, I could see her on the mirror, anyways.
Yeah.
And who
Damn.
slams on their gas at a fucking drive-through lane, anyways?
It would have been more petty if she just screwed up a little bit.
Jesus. But yeah, that was my I almost lost my shit story yesterday. I was so ready.
We said sad boy episode, not incredibly depressed. Almost
Bad boy
13
episode.
reason. Yeah. No, but I mean, I am kind of seeing like where why she's probably one of those kids that grew up with like one of those bully brothers, like I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, like because she was
No,
freaking out.
I'm sure she thought I was just gonna hit her car. Like she probably thought I was some idiot driver. Backing
What
backing
car
on
did
that.
they have?
They had like a uh big old SUV. type, like a Tacoma, not Tacoma, but like a Tahoe Suburban type. But like, why would I slam into her? You know, like I was looking at her, straight at her from a rear view mirror, and it's like I said, I wasn't even moving, and she still decided to honk at me for no good reason.
Shameful.
Oh, I am so done. But yeah, we can talk about Brandon not thinking that shrimp
that
is fish.
yeah, shrimp is not fish.
I mean, when I think fish, I think like the other kind.
What the kind? Like an octopus, or what are you talking about? Turtle?
So octopus are fish too.
Yes. Well, I mean,
I consider them sea animals, but not fish. Like you wouldn't say I caught a fish and then pull up a octopus.
I mean, it does happen.
why not you?
You can't hate on me for that one because it doesn't make sense. Like try to explain that to like a little kid. Like all of these are fish. Like no, that's a shrimp and that's an octopus.
Well, apparently
Here's my
octopuses.
question.
Yeah,
Here's
go
my
ahead.
question for you, Brandon. If you were to get like fish at home and you got a lobster or some shrimp for the tank, it is in a what?
And a sea animal tank.
Oh yeah, is that what you call them? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, you're here trying to trap me.
It's not a trap.
You were trying to get out of it.
So if you go to a restaurant and you want fish tacos, if you want octopus tacos or something, you're gonna say, "Can I get fish tacos?"
Well,
No, you're
see,
gonna say octopus.
no. You just screwed yourself by saying fish tacos, because if you order fish tacos at a lot of restaurants, they'll have octopus in it.
Actually, someone would ask you like, what kind? You want shrimp, catfish, tilapia, maui,
I
octopus? Maybe
consider
I
that
don't know.
seafood, I guess. But oh yeah, the whole reason we brought this up was because I ate some aguachiles earlier. It's like shrimp and salsa and cucumbers. And what else? Onions. I know a lot of people have eaten that, but where I went bad was because I I ate pizza afterwards. So right now, like that's not a good mix at all.
No,
I'm
Like
regretting it.
ceviche and pizza.
Yeah, not at the same time, but it was too proximity too close, and
proximity too close.
Watch out! He's gonna blow.
my stomach over here honking like the lady behind behind Aaron.
Yeah, don't be
I don't see
surprised.
anything unusual than normal, dude.
Don't be
It's a
surprised.
normal Friday for him.
Yeah, right.
Don't be surprised if Brandon just dips in the middle of the podcast.
Be right back, boys.
Or
We're gonna
if,
put on reverse.
Emergency.
or if the quality for his mic suddenly changes and it's very echoey.
You would recognize that echo too, because you spend like 90% of your time on the toilet.
Hey, don't hate on my healthy bowel movements.
At least I don't got a desk set up in my restroom.
At least I don't stop working. You know.
I know, but at least take a break in the restroom. I know you're Mexican, but chill out a little bit. Well, Mexican people are hardworking people. What is wrong with that?
If I remember correctly, somebody used to hate me taking bathroom breaks.
True.
When-
True.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You want to bring that up, right? Because you would take bathroom breaks at the start and the end of the shift. Like, who does that?
Uh,
And get paid for it.
Anybody, like pretty much anybody.
Oh, I'm here. Oh, but let me go to the restroom for 30 minutes.
Oh, but wait. Let me clock in first, though.
Yeah.
Yup.
And it was in the office too. Like, I'm not even talking work from home. Like, let me clock in. Okay, going to
Oh,
restroom.
you know who you remind me of? You remind me of every teacher that when a student would be like, "Hey, can I use the bathroom?" after they came in from lunch, and they would be like, "Why didn't you go to the bathroom during lunch?" That's who you are.
Oh
That's
my
exactly
god.
who you are.
Yeah, I know those
Like
teachers. Oh my
maybe I didn't
god.
have to go, 10 minutes ago. I can't, it's not like I can put my stomach on a schedule and be like,
Yeah.
okay, at exactly 9:37, I'm gonna go and take a poop. It's just,
Yeah, I
I
just
mean,
happened to drink my milk and right before class, I had to go right after that.
let's be
yeah,
real though. Like in school, the best time to go to the bathroom if you're wanting to take a shit was in class.
yeah, because there's nobody in the
There's
room.
nobody in there, and you could just get in there, peacefully take it, and get the fuck out.
And if it's a boring class, hey, better excuse.
Even
Yeah,
better. Yep.
Wait, so did we all have the same experience, like in school? Like, we couldn't use the restrooms.
Oh, dude.
I never use it, but I never use the restrooms at the school.
I can never use the restroom in the schools.
If I had to, it was like the time when nobody was there because I want my peace and quiet. Leave me alone.
I think
This is
for
a
me it was
me
like
time
if
situation.
I think for me it was if only it was an emergency, but yeah, I wasn't really just in public places at the time.
Now I
Yeah,
don't have that option.
And like I couldn't
This
even
was-
go because they would always say something like, there was always some kid in there like, who's taking a shit, like what. I hated
it's
that. Like, I'm
always
like,
Brandon.
and that shit's traumatizing. Like, even when, you're in a public place, I wouldn't even want to go to the restroom because I'm like, somebody's gonna be like, who's taking the um uh,
I do think it's kind of messed up that we kind of, well, I say we, but I don't know if you guys do, but in the past I definitely judged people for like taking a shit in a public bathroom, like at a grocery store or something like that. And now I'm like, fuck it, if I gotta go, I gotta go. I don't give like I don't care.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I think my mentality changed. Like before, I was like, no, I don't want to go. I'm gonna hold it in until I get home. I'm like, shit, I gotta go. I can't wait.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. We'll figure this out when I get on the other side.
No, you know what I definitely learned from working in hotels is that if you're on the road and you have to go, or like if you have to take a shit, go and stop at a hotel because they always have clean bathrooms with quality toilet paper, and they're always empty.
Talking about Bucky's.
Nah.
Like Bucky's level clean. Um, but yeah, if you ever in the need, just stop at a hotel and be like, "Hey, can I use your lobby bathroom?" Or if you really don't want to ask,
Go in
um,
and go.
yeah, just walk in and look for the elevator, and the lobby bathroom is going to be right by the elevator. And then you have a quiet, extremely clean place to take your shit. Then nobody's going to bother you. Industry secret right there.
This is our podcast life hack right there.
Yeah.
True.
But so how are we gonna start the Sad Boy episode? Is who's gonna go first?
You kind of already did. You already mellowed us out there with that story. No, but with how you mentioned the restrooms, like, were y'all like cool kids in middle school or growing up? I should say,
Define cool.
like, not get bullied. type of kid.
I didn't get bullied, but I didn't get like it wasn't. I was just I kept to my own, and everybody left me alone.
Yeah, kind of the same. I didn't get bullied, but I think I didn't get bullied because I was a very like quiet kid, you know.
Hmm.
You know,
I was also very quiet,
so. But yeah,
which
pretty
is
much,
weird now.
pretty much the same as Billy. You know, I like kept to myself, and people left me alone.
I was just everywhere. I was kind of like, yeah, kind of like quiet, but I was kind of like getting along with everyone. So can't really say I was really being bullied or anything.
Yeah, I'd say I communicated or I talked to people that were in the popular square as well as not. So it was just like, all right, I was on the football team too. So
And then,
but I was also on the golf team. So
damn, look at you! I didn't know you were in the
Yeah.
golf team. I feel like Brandon was a bully.
Was the bully?
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean I wasn't bullied, but I had a kind of a trouble making friends when I was growing up because I went to two elementary schools, I went to two middle schools, and then but I feel like that kind of I lost all my friends because you know, like I was barely making friends in elementary, and then I switched schools, so I was new over there, and then the same thing happened in middle school. Like I started making friends, and then I switched schools again, so I was just like the Mr. Lonely, you know, had nobody. But
You're like, what's the point?
what's the point of life?
What's the point of making friends?
Imagine if you had to move to a whole different country and learn a whole different language.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
So at what age did you come to the States?
What age?
Yeah.
Uh, I was 14. I just turned 14 when we moved.
Ooh, teenage years.
Yeah. And
Had to fit
then
in.
so I was 14, right? And for my first year, I went to uh, a special school for uh, international students. So that you can adapt to like the system, kind of like the system how they do their classes and the schedules and things like that, and the schools in the U.S. And after I made a few friends in that school, right? And then after 1 year in that school, they send you to the school where that you belong to, right? Like based on your address. So I moved from Mexico, right? I obviously lose all my friends. Go to this school for a year. I make some friends, and then at the end of the year, I have to go to another school, to another high school. So I lose all my friends again. And 2 months into that new high school, we move cities. Um, so I lose. So I start 10th grade. What is it, like freshman? No, sophomore.
Sophomore
Uh,
year.
yeah, so I start my sophomore year like 2 months or so into the year in a new school where I didn't know anybody. So I
Did you
was
know English?
yeah, I knew quite a bit, mostly from like video games and music and like some TV shows. Um, but a lot of it I learned it by uh, just going to class, you know, and like talking to. I made so when I switched high schools for like the third time, um, I was pretty good friends with a lot of international students. So I knew a few people from like Vietnam and Thailand and Nepal. So we all had to, like, the only way that we could communicate was in English. So that also helped. But yeah, I did ESL classes for 1 year. And then after that, they put me in like regular classes. But yeah, I had a good understanding of it.
You still have like a accent.
Yeah, I know. It shows up a lot sometimes. But when I was in high school, I had such a hard time with numbers. Um, like reading numbers, like reading them out loud. Or like when people, what took me the longest time was understanding when people would say like 1300, 3500, stuff like that. I was like, what the fuck does that even mean, 3500?
Just say it right.
Yeah, I was like, that's not how I was taught, type thing. But yeah. What about you, Tony? Did you go to multiple schools?
Unfortunately not. I've been to maybe, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It just feels like it's from kindergarten up to like ninth grade. I've been with the same group of students throughout those years, and yeah, it's become like I guess became like close. I mean, yeah, we've been there from like kindergarten all the way to ninth grade. So I'm,
Right.
yeah, so we just stayed together. But that was like a private school, so I think that was the only reason why I kind of
Oh,
stayed because it wasn't. I think it's a little bit different from public schools.
yeah,
Because we didn't have portables. We basically stayed in one giant building and just go to room. To like our class was going to each different rooms for different classes, like for different
right.
subjects. But we never really like moved around too much. Like everyone's spread out differently. It's just the same group. And I guess until
Private school.
yeah, that's private school, I guess. And until I guess high school, that's when it's public and not a lot of. I guess that's when everyone was separated. So I'm like, I can be anybody I want. But no, I did it. I just stick to the same stuff and try to like make friends because I only had my neighbor went to the same high school with me, so like I just followed him. Like, all right, whoever your friends is, I guess I'm gonna be friends with them because I don't know anybody else.
Who was your neighbor?
Friend of mine, Ricardo. Yeah, we grew up together since first grade, so I kind of like knew how like public schools was, and he knew how private schools. He went to public, I went to private, so we were like exchanging like how things like what'd you guys do and all that stuff. Like I was like at third grade, like playing Pokemon, like what'd you guys do? I was like, oh, you guys have that? Like, no, we don't have this test, and I don't know, just bullshitting around.
You know who used to
But
live in your neighborhood? One of my cousins. Well, he's kind of my cousin. He's like my dad's cousin, but he's a DJ now. His name's Eric. I don't think you know about him. He always
I'm
carries like a Chucky doll with him in his like
The fuck?
place. Yeah,
sounds familiar, but maybe if I know the
like
DJ name, maybe
DJ Trippy, I think is his name, or something
Trippy,
like that.
DJ Trippy.
Yeah, I don't follow. I don't follow where like everything he does, but I heard that he does that. And he goes
uh,
to like EDM festivals and everything.
DJ Trippy with the Chucky doll.
Yeah.
do
What were you gonna say, Aaron?
I was gonna say, well, while Tony's looking for that, do you guys still talk to anybody from your high school?
Yeah, one of my best friends since the third grade. I still talk to him. Missed a call
Damn.
from him earlier today.
What does it feel like to
Nice.
have a good friend like that? Must be nice.
I mean, you gotta think, he's got the longest, he's my longest like friend, but like my
Yeah.
close group I've known since I was 19, 20. So a couple of years now already.
1920. You mean to tell me you're 100 years old?
No, not the year 1920.
Yeah,
Goodness.
no, I get you. I was just
My circle was kind of huge in high school, but after that, it was like slowly decreasing, and I guess now it's just. I want to say like I had a huge following with my friends, and I want to say like I was just an estimate, but I think it was like 20 like in college, and then now I'm down to like maybe like 8, and
Oh,
we
That's
just
still a big group. That's still a
yeah,
big group, though.
that's definitely a big group.
it's very close friends, and it's funny because like these are the group of friends I really didn't hang out too much with them in high school, but I guess until now, like, hey, I guess you are a cool guy. I guess we should hang out. Um, but now we just come together once a month, play Magic the Gathering, or we can just be on Xbox like on Thursdays or pick the day of the week and we just like hang out. But
Damn.
yeah, I mean life gets in the way, so we trying to find ways to like still see each other a little bit. So yeah, it's kind of what we do. But yeah, that's my I guess my high school friends there.
What about
Well,
you, Brendan?
Um, so in high school, I only had. I mean, I did have friends, but
mhm.
like for me to say close friends, so it was only like two guys. One of them I stopped talking to like in junior year, and then the other one's Jose. So he was, he was in my wedding and everything. So
Yeah.
he's like he's the only one that I've really kept up with. But I mean, I follow high school people on Facebook and stuff. But like for me to say close friend, just one. But yeah, those groups like disappear over the years. Like if you're still friends with people from that time, that means that they're your real friends. Cause
Yeah.
that's
Uh,
how I met. That's how I met Newman. Cause he was friends with Jose first.
yeah. Yeah. You told me. Um, what was I gonna? I was gonna. Oh, so did y'all go to prom?
Nope.
No,
I did.
you did. Brandon, did you
Didn't
go
get
with
the
Talia?
opportunity.
Yeah, I went to two proms. She
Two
went to.
proms.
I went to hers. Cause she was a senior. When I was a junior, and whenever I was a senior, she went with me again. So we went to
Wait,
two proms.
Talia's older than you?
Yes.
I
No
don't think.
way.
I don't think I knew that.
I didn't see that.
I hide it well. Newman thought I was 35.
Sounds about
I'm
right.
I'm pretty sure it's because I jokingly told him that you were like 30.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
He called me the other day. He's like, Lee's over here telling me that you're 27, and I'm like, yeah, I am. And he's like, what the hell? Like I thought you were 35.
I'm
I'm like,
pretty
no.
That's like a
pretty sure.
birthday cake that has 35 on it.
I mean, he's basically a grandpa, so might as
Yeah,
well.
might as well.
He acts older than me.
So, Billy,
What's up?
why didn't you get to go to prom?
Well, that was whenever all of the shit in my life started happening after sophomore year in high school. I was
Oh,
basically homeless from, I would say, junior year, senior year, and it was the start of my when I started going to college, and after I got my GED, that I actually had a place to live. So I
oh.
didn't really have the opportunity to go to prom.
So I didn't know that you got a GED instead.
Yeah, that was my choice.
Was the GED? Do you know if it was harder, like than when learning in
I'm
class?
gonna be honest with you. I basically passed that thing asleep.
Okay.
Like I was falling asleep during it, so I didn't feel. I guess it couldn't have been that hard. Of course, ADHD probably had a lot to do with that. Not being able to sit still for long periods of time, so
So
it's hard to focus and whatnot.
Because I know someone that's it's a young lad didn't finish didn't finish high school, and he's having trouble, I guess, finding a job. And we keep telling him that he's like at least go back to get a GED,
Oh yeah,
but he's
for
just not
sure.
doing it.
Either that or
we're just
technical
trying
school.
to. Yeah, we're trying to persuade him to the right path, but it's just right now it's not.
Yeah,
It's just being young and naive. It's just he can take over the world, but just trying to give him the best advice we can.
He's trying to hustle. He can't find the right one.
Yeah.
So how old were you, Billy, when you got your GED?
I was 17.
Oh, damn. So pretty much you've like if you had graduated high school, I guess.
Well, because my birthday's in November, so that would have been my junior year, I guess. I think if I remember correct, it was like 2005 is whenever I got it. I was supposed to graduate in 06.
Oh, do you feel like you needed to get a GED? Like,
I mean, it felt necessary. Like if I wasn't going to be able to get back into school, and the people that were helping me actually just I don't know. They were like, "Yeah, we'll help you get your GED." And I was like, "I'll take it, whatever." Since I can't get back in school, might as well take that because if I were to get back into school, I was a whole year and a half behind, and that's you got to think it was my sophomore year, all of my junior year, and the beginning of my senior year.
Yeah, that would have been tough.
So getting back in there, I would have been behind on everything. So going in and getting my GED was, in my opinion, at that time, it was the best option, honestly. Like, and once I did that, I got I started going to the junior college, and well.
Like, I know you've told us your story before. That's why you kind of just sway over it. But the fact that you were homeless and decided to still pursue like your GED and like going to junior college and everything, like that's like to me like that really makes you who you are. You know.
Yeah.
Like to me that's a big achievement. Like if you're like at the bottom, you know, it's hard to to get up and start doing stuff like that. Like I wouldn't see myself like it would be really difficult, you know.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'll tell you, like there was a lot of envy that I had. Like I wish that I got to do these things. I wish that I got to do those things. I was going to junior college wishing that I got to experience certain things that everybody else did. Like for example, I didn't get to go to prom. I got to watch all of my friends who I was close with going to prom, and I was just like, yeah, well, can't do that. I need to work. I need to put it. I need to find some kind of future for myself.
And survive, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's there's a lot of people who wouldn't be able to do just that, which is very impressive. So who would you?
I don't think I would have done like if I was in that situation. I don't think I would have. I don't think I can see myself going back trying to finish something.
Yeah, right.
I'll be like, yeah, this is my life. I don't see don't see the light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing. You're like, I don't know.
I think I was more sad that I didn't get to go back and finish playing football because I loved it. I was really good at it. I was undersized for the position I played, but I really enjoyed playing.
Do you think you would have made it into?
Oh no, dude! The percentage of people that make it in there is not worth it. But I mean, who knows? I might have done something with myself that would have brought me something more than what I currently have. But then, I mean, I also think about those things, and then I look at what I currently have. I have a very close group of friends that I would have never met had I not gone through the situations that I have.
Yeah, that took me a very long time to kind of realize was the stuff thinking not necessarily what would have happened or the what if, but more of a kind of regretting all of the choices that I had made that have led me to where I am right now. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't have the thoughts of regret. It's more I would be without changing anything. I would like to see a what if episode of my life. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like an episode. Like I would like to see what that looked like. Like what if I things happen differently in these situations? Where would I be?
Just a little glimpse to see what would happen.
Yeah,
Watching all
exactly.
the alternative lives.
yeah.
All right, different
Like that would
parallel
have been crazy.
universe.
That'd be crazy.
You know,
You know, go ahead.
I'm a like. I know it's gonna sound so weird coming from me, but I'm like a really strong believer. Like a lot of things happen for a reason. And I don't say that like because I'm in a amazing position or I'm not in an amazing position. I'm pretty happy where I am in life, but I mean it hasn't always been great, you know. But I feel like if my life was so great all the time, like I wouldn't have what I have now. So like like just like you went through that, somebody else went through something else. Like we don't know what the journey was. And I think that's pretty crazy, but I feel like it's all destined. Like you're destined to go through that, and then no matter how much you try to get out of what is happening, like I feel like it's all for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, I want to believe that too. Like, I do kind of believe that in some way, but I feel like at this point, I don't have my mindset for that. It's like I won't, you know, that like, everything's be a reason until later in the years. Like, all right, just thinking back, all right, this happened. All right, this happened. Oh, cool. So this would happen, and if I didn't get this, I don't, I do believe that, but it's kind of hard to me to think that way currently. But maybe in a
Yeah.
few years, I probably will think back, like, all right, it did happen.
There's a phrase that I think I saw on Facebook a long time ago that kind of helped me change my way of thinking. My way of thinking that was the current situation in which you're in was at one point something that you had wished for, right? And that has definitely changed the way I see things. Because I think about it and I'm like, oh wow, there was definitely a point in my life in which I wanted to have my own place, right? And like have a bunch of video games and like work from home. Uh, and to get here, it was definitely not an easy journey. But I do have a lot of the things that I definitely really wished when I was younger. You know. Um, but do you guys believe that you're destined for something? Like you can't change that destiny, or do you guys think it's more of a free will type of thing?
I feel like column A, column B, because I'll let you know if I was destined for this, might as well take me out early, dude.
Really,
And the other thing is like, who's destined to die in a school shooting? Like, come on.
yeah.
We live in the States. Of course, there's school shootings, but who's destined to actually die in this? I feel like I feel like there's some free will in all of it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Kind of our shtick as human beings that we have free will.
So
or we'd be just robots.
I do want to go back to what you said, like who's destined to like die in a school shooting. That reminds me a lot of people use that type of argument to say like, oh, there is no God, because if there was a God, why is there like childhood cancer and stuff like that? Like all of these
Are we getting in that?
all of these horrible things that happen, right? And to me, it has always been, just because it happened to you doesn't mean that it was meant to teach you a lesson, but it was, is to teach someone else a lesson, or to remind somebody else of like blessings that they may not realize that they have. Because for the majority of my life, I felt that way. It's like not necessarily that there wasn't a God, but why would God create like such terrible diseases? Because my dad had a really rare incurable disease. Um, he had a disease in which his muscles would deteriorate as the years go by. So when he was 28, he was running along the beach with my mom, and he just suddenly fell. Right, like his legs just stopped. Like one day, his legs just stopped working, and he went to see a bunch of doctors, specialists, and I think it took him like 2 years to get a diagnosis that, hey, basically
Was that
you are
muscular dystrophy?
yeah, it was
MS?
no, not MS. It's called, well, the nickname is Kennedy's disease
Oh,
because one of the Kennedys had it. It has a long name, very scientific name that I don't remember. But essentially, you have better odds of winning the lottery twice before you're born with this uh, genetic disease, right? And so, like, I knew my dad. I knew him my entire life with this disease. I never saw him without a cane or without struggling to do everyday activities. So, it's like some of the things that happen are not necessarily meant to teach you a lesson.
well, why punish others to teach you a lesson? How is that
I mean,
what lesson are the people that they're getting punished for with starting with that disease? What lesson are they learning? What blessing are they seeing? The blessing of not having healthy muscles?
no, but I could see it as I need to remind myself that I am lucky that I didn't have that. I'm not gonna get my dad's disease because even though he was affected by the disease, I'm not a carrier, right? So I could see it as that, as like, oh, these are all the things that my dad couldn't do. I should be doing, and I should be appreciating, the smallest of things, like taking a shower, because he couldn't take a shower. He had to uh, get help from someone else to bathe and stuff like that.
These are all true things. However, why did he have to suffer to teach you that lesson?
I don't know. That I couldn't tell you.
I kind of see what you're saying. Like,
I get
you
what
kind
he's
of,
saying. I respect. I also,
Yeah.
I respect anybody who chooses a specific religion and goes for it. No harm or like. I'm not gonna. More power to you. Wherever you have to find hope to live life.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're bringing up a really good question. Like, why put somebody through that shit? Just to teach someone else a lesson. But
yeah,
I don't.
that's kind of what I was gonna say. Like, I don't feel like it's a God thing. Well, I mean, I'm not really super religious either. Like, I see God like a sign of hope where there is nothing left to hope. But definitely, I understand what you're saying. Like, people go through stuff that you don't know about, or there's diseases that people are going through that like we should be grateful that we can even breathe.
Yeah.
uh, where like there's people with lung cancer and things like that, but I don't see it as like that happened because of God. I see that as
On God.
there's just a sign that you should be appreciative of what you have.
Yeah. I just kind of use that to remind myself to like be, like you said, be grateful, especially of like the little things. Um, yeah.
That's like that saying, like, you don't appreciate something until you lose it.
Yeah.
I think about that a lot because I'm like, man, I need to start getting in shape and working out. And I'm like, one day, what if I have to be in a wheelchair or something? And right now, I can literally go run and walk and do everything, and I'm not doing it. Like,
It's too late for you. You're too old for that.
I'm destined
mentally too old
to
for
be
that.
obese.
Yeah.
Mentally too old.
Oh my god.
A little off topic, but we just bought the portable treadmill.
Oh, I've been wanting to get one of those.
We just got delivered today, but I haven't really opened it yet. So
I want
wanna
one of
get
those
Mhm.
that you put under your stand desk. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
have a
gonna say
stand
the
desk,
same.
but I want a stand desk, and then when I get one, I want one of those like treadmills that you can store away but put under your stand desk while you work or
Yeah,
I think
game.
that's what that is too. Okay, it's the
yeah.
treadmill part. That's all
It's
it
just a
is.
treadmill, and you just walk on it.
Yeah, that's what we got, but I haven't really opened it.
Yeah. My girlfriend, so her company gives her $400 for a home office stipend every year, and so she decided to save it all up, because they don't give it to her all at once. They only release it like $100 every 3 months or so. So she waited to get the full 400, and she got us a standing desk with her stipend, like her home office stipend money.
God.
Yeah, we got a
Damn.
really nice one. Like it's like really big. It's like really nice. It came with like the pre-drill holes to like do the cable management and everything. It's hella nice. But we got it so that we could get a little walking treadmill and be able to work and get a little workout at the same
I'm gonna
time.
I'm gonna go to your apartment and unplug all your desk and your computer like
Good
you
luck
used
for
to at
that.
the office.
What do you mean? That never happened.
Bro, when we Antonio, you probably don't know, but when we all worked in the office, these guys would always freaking unplug my standing days. They would unplug my monitor. Like I would go to the restroom and come back, and everything was freaking unplugged. And then freaking Aaron used to lower the standing desk all the way down and then plug it, so I couldn't even raise it until I plugged everything back. Like fucking asshole.
we had I don't know what office life was like for you guys in the morning, but we had a good time on the overnight.
Yeah,
We got our stuff done and we had a good time while doing it.
bro, we couldn't even get a glass of water without our shit going missing.
Or something happening, you know.
Without putting staplers and jelly.
Well, there was only one person that didn't get messed with, and he shall not be named.
He who shall not be named.
Now we couldn't do anything during the day because we had all the managers there, so it's kind of like gotta be
Like
cautious.
I'm being watched.
And you couldn't mess with anybody. You couldn't mess with anybody's desk that was in your little area because you were in the back office, right?
Yeah,
Or
That's
what were you
right.
talking
He was in the cool kids club with the fridge right there. Closer.
to? I do miss that mini fridge, so.
you have a whole fridge now. Why you miss the mini fridge?
Because it was stocked.
That's true.
Yeah, that is. I do miss that. You know.
I do miss coming in and just having the fridge open to grab like snacks during the shift and whatnot. It was a lot cheaper.
Snacks and
Well,
drinks.
was it cheaper though? Like with the cost of gas to get there?
Yeah, maybe not.
I mean, I definitely got my money's worth. You know, I would grab me like 2 ramen, like cups of ramen, and like
Okay.
2 sodas throughout the night. So
Okay, bud.
He would eat 2 and then take 2 to go.
no.
I thought that was somebody else.
He who shall not be named.
The most I did was just make like 2 cups of ramen throughout the night.
Those were
But
pretty
Well,
good.
I mean, you got to think that's all we had. Like, we didn't
Yeah.
have places to like order from and whatnot. We only had what was in those fridge or what was left over from the lunch,
Yeah.
lunch we had the day before.
The little
The chicken
scraps.
salad, chicken
Yeah,
salad
that 2
sandwiches.
pieces of pizza when we walked in. Let's go.
but I will say
Who
though,
wants it? You or me?
The crust.
Yeah.
They really left you with like all that stuff. They didn't really like try to get more stuff for you guys.
there were
No.
there were a couple of times that they came and brought us some food.
I won't lie. What was it? The Czech stop. There was always that in the fridge, and I was like, "Heck yeah, I'm in."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember when the morning people got a bunch of the honey butter chicken sandwiches,
Ugh.
and like I think like 2 or 3 made it to the night team. No,
Yeah.
when I was training during the mornings, one day, our HR person, she messaged me and she was like, "Hey, today's National Hamburger Day, so we're gonna buy everybody hamburgers from I think it was Shake Shack. So just let me know what you want." And I was like,
What?
"Bet."
I
Yeah,
don't remember this.
it was a Monday. I remember very vividly. It was a Monday. And there were like 5 people in the office, so that's why they did it too. It was because there wasn't that many people.
Trying to save the cost. I see.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll
I was like,
never
oh yeah, I
forget
remember
that
this.
burger.
Well, yeah. I was
I just
about to
remember
try.
to bring the Jimmy John sandwiches over sometimes.
We'd always have the chicken salad sandwiches left over.
Chicken salad and the veggie salad or veggie
Whatever
sandwich.
the heck y'all didn't eat, we would always have like we'd always go in there and we're like, man, that's some bullshit.
I felt like that movie on Netflix where there's like levels and like the people at the top get the all of the new food and then like they keep like the leftovers go to the second level and the third level and then
Oh,
like
wait, is that on Netflix? I didn't know it was on Netflix.
yeah.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Is it
The,
That's a
Spanish movie?
it's a
I thought it
Spanish
was-
movie.
yeah,
it is.
that's
Okay.
a crazy ride right there. That whole movie is a trip.
Yeah.
The platform is what it's called.
Platform. Yes, that's the name of it. Yeah, I think we watched it in October for Halloween. We're like, this looks interesting. Let's go watch it. And it was a good twist. It was just very interesting to see how people were trying to survive.
The way it ended was fine. It was like was the way.
I always get like those movies that really mess with your mind. Oh, what is that
Was it
movie?
Skull Island or
It's summer.
No, I've been thinking about this since our last episode with the horror movies. Have you seen the movie Mother? Like Mother exclamation mark.
Yes.
I don't think I have.
Bro, like that movie freaks me out so bad. Like, oh, like just the scenes, especially when she's in the room with like she's in her house, right, and then a bunch of people just start walking in and she like has her brand new baby and then like just all start grabbing the baby like all excited and then they freaking tear the baby apart. Like that scene really gets to me. You know what I'm talking about, Tony?
Yeah. It was just a good twist. I was like, what?
Oh,
Yeah.
do you
I was
want
like, I want
to
more. I'm kidding.
you want to know something funny?
What?
That movie is about religion.
Yeah.
It's about
See
it's like a kind of like a twisted way of retelling the Bible because it's the architect or the artist or whatever, and he has the kid with the mom, and so that's supposed to represent Jesus, and so the father gives the son, aka Jesus, to the people, like he does in the Bible, and they adore him, but they also eventually kill him. And there's a bunch of other references to the Bible, because I watched that movie in theaters, and then
Same. I watched it in the movies, and I like it really got to me, especially on the big screen.
yeah, especially because they have like the really good speakers system, and every time the bones will crack, you could like really hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ended up watching a video explaining it. But yeah, it's like a take on religion.
As soon as I walked out of the theater, I was like, hey, "What is the meaning behind this?" Because it just freaked me out.
Did you watch it during like in the afternoon and then like have your whole day ruined? Or, like, what am I doing with my life?
No, worse. I mean, we used to go like Tony and I used to go on dates every Thursday. So it was like every Thursday was like the early release of the new movie that week, and it was like 10:30 at night or something. Like we would go to the late movies back when I wasn't a grandpa. And
In my day.
back in my day. But yeah, we came out like at 12 a.m. and then freaking watching that movie and then going to sleep. Like, yeah, I didn't sleep good that night.
Wow, that movie didn't let you sleep.
That scene is really bad. Like,
Wow.
I don't like that scene.
So, what
But
was y'all's last movie that didn't let you sleep?
Ooh, I gotta think back on this one.
I think mine's really weird because it's the only one that I can ever remember like affecting me, and it was Twister.
That I feel.
It's not a scary movie. The
Mhm.
only reason why it freaked me out is because it's actually possible that this will happen. And then tornadoes freaked me out for a while.
I mean, I can see that.
But I don't think I've ever had like a scary-esque movie keep me from falling asleep. Once my ass is tired, I'm out.
the last movie that freaked me out recently was it's on Netflix. It's called Fractured. I don't know if you have seen it.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen
it's
it.
on my list. I need to watch that.
Yeah.
Give us the entire plot and the way it ends.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, Tony. But yeah, watch it and pay attention to everything because it's a good movie.
Um, for me, it was Hereditary.
That was interesting.
That was such a good movie. I
Great.
still think of it as like one of the better horror movies to have come out.
Yeah.
But
Easy for that was some great stuff.
There is a movie that's out that just looking at the previews and the cover kind of freaks me out a little bit. It's that movie, I think it's called Smile.
oh yeah.
I don't. The something about that face just freaks me the fuck out. Like I'm good. No, don't look at me like that.
I hate watching previews with a passion.
I know where you
And,
learned that.
well, funny enough, I started doing that right before I met that friend that you're thinking you're thinking of. But I can give you a perfect example. I watched I'm pretty sure it was at the theaters where I had to watch the previews, and they played the preview for Smile, and they gave away all of the jump scares for the movie. So when I watched it, it was like, oh, I know what's about. Like, I know what's about to happen. Like, I know the jump scare that's coming up. But yeah.
Yeah, did they do like a promo and they had like actors to smile randomly at like football games or something?
Yeah, I'm not with that.
But it's a good movie. It's definitely like a very creepy movie.
Yeah, it gives that off. Like, I don't know, like just looking at the cover, I'm like, I'm good. I'm all right. It might not scare me, and not may just that face just freaks me out a little bit. I will say, so oddly enough, I liked the Saw movies. I know they're brutal, they're gruesome, and I can't like watch like somebody self-harm because I don't know, like my body's just like rejects it. It's like no, and I just like kind of ball into myself, and I don't want to accept watching it. But the storylines that go into it, for the most part, like I would say at least first 4. I didn't see any really past that, but those 4 I really enjoyed.
So, if you woke up in a random basement,
I'd end myself.
Would you cut off your leg, or would you just stay there?
I'd end it. I'd find a way to end it. We're not playing this game.
Really?
We're not playing this game.
Really? You would just straight up?
I'd rather not live than suffer.
Damn.
Like why suffer?
I mean, it's just your foot. Come on.
It's just your foot. But think about that. You're just your foot. So you are now disabled, and you have to live with that disability. So you have to walk with a cane or a prosthetic the rest of your life, and you have to deal with that the rest of your life. Like, I don't know. Okay. Like, to me, like getting out and living through that is just more struggle than it was the suffrage that got you through it. And getting through it, I'm good. What? There's not much. There wasn't much going on before. There's not much. There's a lot less that's going on after. I promise.
I mean,
you survive though. Like, you continue life.
You'll survive, but I mean, you're still having to pay. Like, okay, so say you survive that. And we're just strictly talking USA, right? Say you survive that. You've got to go to the hospital. Do I have to say anything else? So you're living with that the rest of your life.
You get a handicap sticker.
You get a cool handicap sticker. You're paying for that thing though, like a lot. You could say hand and a foot maybe. But at the same time, you're also paying an arm and a leg for the treatment that it costs to keep you alive or from bleeding out in that situation. Like, come on. Like, I'd rather... Nah, that's just... You're short, and using your example, you just cut off your foot. Okay, cool. Well, you're in a lifelong debt with the hospital. 2, you don't have a foot, so you're walking with a disability the rest of your life. And you're also having to deal with, for example... If you're trying to meet somebody, you have to be upfront. Like, hey, I don't have a foot. This is a fake one. They're either going to accept that or you're going to be rejected because you aren't like full and complete.
You can start off like, well, hope you don't have a foot fetish.
Yeah, because we're one shy. Well, I hope you have a foot fetish, not a feet fetish. I only got one.
Well, see, with that sense of humor, you would be able to find a date pretty easy, regardless of if you're missing a foot or not.
Okay, buddy. We gonna go there because finding a date requires some effort here. And if I wanted to have that sense of humor and find a date, I probably would just go find one now. Would I not?
Yeah, but like you said, it takes effort.
Exactly.
You're not necessarily going.
I'm telling you, I'd be putting in a lot less effort.
But I'd
have my laptop in my room, and I would barely get out of bed at that point. We're good.
But your reason to end it all, instead of cutting your foot, was because you would have to, live with the disability, and it would make it more difficult to find a date.
Just using people as an example. Me as in general, finding a date. It would make it harder if I put in the effort, but I would have to want to put in the effort for that. Now, going as far as being like, Like, you got to think, people with disabilities, last thing they want are people looking at them funny because they have a disability, and there's a ton of people that do that regardless.
Yeah.
I'd rather survive, even if I have to have a prosthetic arm or
I
something.
mean,
I'd rather not be in, like, and not to mention, the most important thing is that fucking trauma that you're having to go with for the rest of your life, checking your back seat, like making sure nobody's about to kidnap you there, like making sure every window is nailed shut, locked, like the paranoia that you're living with the rest of your life.
I mean,
The therapy and the psych people that you have to talk to deal with that. Like I said, the debt that you would be in from the doctors, the therapy, like you're done. Like, that's just suffrage on suffrage to me. And like, the thing is I see that with people every day. And I mean, I wish that I had a way to make it better for them, but United States is all about, corporate greed.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, you already lived through enough trauma. What's a little more? I'm sure you can take it.
Oh, I guarantee you, if I had to chop a foot or something off during that trauma, I wouldn't be here. You guys wouldn't know me. So, like you said, 13th reason, I had plenty.
But no, I understand where you're coming from, because I've always been of the mentality that if an apocalypse were to happen where everything goes down, I've always been the type of person that would be like, I'm just gonna end it right here, right then and there. I'm not about to live through society with like no internet, no no AC, no heater, nothing, none of the conformities that we have today. Fuck that.
Well, you also so think about this with the world, like apocalypse. Like, for example, say zombie apocalypse, right? We're just going to use that one as right off the top of the head. But the fact that no power is going on, which means it's going to halt global warming, like, drastically. Therefore, the natural, like, circadian rhythm of the planet will go back to the 60 and 70 degrees that it naturally is on the planet. So you're gonna be in a permanent situation where, yeah, you don't have what's it called, you're not gonna have AC, you're not gonna have internet, Wi-Fi, power, or anything like that. But to me, I don't know. You got plenty to do to keep you entertained.
I mean,
you got zombies to kill. You got zombies to kill, dude.
Have you seen the movie Mist?
With Mark Wahlberg?
No.
Or am I thinking of a different movie?
I think that may be Fog.
No, I think
Weird.
it is.
Yeah, because like the Mist is like almost the same concept. Like everyone's trapped in like a grocery store, and I guess spoiler alert, they just like kind of like a group of people just walked out, took a car, drove away, and like, all right, this is it. We're out of gas. We got nothing to live for. We got four bullets in and a handgun, and there's like 6 of us or 5 of us. So go ahead and end it. A few minutes later, they're being rescued. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. So, like, in a post-apocalyptic world, like the zombies, I'm not hoping for no cure or anything. I'm hoping to, like, go find the coolest house that I can fucking find anywhere in the states. Go there, secure that bitch, and pretend that, and just get and look for food and survive at that point. Because I've been there, I've lived that. Just adding zombies to it. So it means that there's a little extra to it.
You know what? Yeah, reminding me of talking about limbs and talking about zombies. Don't spoil it because I haven't finished it. I only seen the first part of it. But we were talking about how if it was a post-apocalyptic world, would you with zombies, right? As long as it's not the World War Z zombies, because
Yeah, those things are fast as hell, dude.
oh my god, I was watching
Or
that
the
movie.
28 Days Later, dude.
Oh yeah, that was a different breed.
Yeah, dude, I'm good. Those, I'm done. We're like, I'm not gonna be able to keep up with that. As much as I'd like to, I'm probably done pretty quickly.
So my cardio's pretty low. I don't think I can catch up with them.
Yeah, rule 2, dude. Rule 2. If y'all know Zombieland, rule
Yeah, I
2.
love Zombieland. But yeah, what was the? I stopped at the part where the guy cuts off the woman's hand because she gets bitten, and I'm like, I'd rather get my hand cut off like that than turn into a zombie.
In the
I
World
don't
War
know.
Z movie
Yeah,
or the show? Oh,
World War Z movie.
it's been a while since I've seen that one.
Yeah, the one with Brad Pitt. But
That's the one where
yeah,
the poster has like the cat like stretching. I don't know, like I think in the cover of the movie, there's like a cat in the middle of the zombies, like it's just jumping for its life. I have to look for it.
let's see. I only see like where there's a ton of zombies reaching for a helicopter.
Yeah, and then like in the middle of it, there's like a cat. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh,
What?
I didn't see the cat there.
Going back to that Mist movie. When I first watched it, I think I was really young. I can't remember exactly when I watched it first, but I remember the ending and thinking it was like a extremely messed up ending that the guy kills off everybody in the car and he's just there sitting by himself just to be rescued like 2 minutes later.
Yeah, it's just like just for that happening, it almost makes it like almost a good movie. Like ooh, but I don't know. Just kind of at the same time you're watching it from the beginning, you're like kind of get pissed about it. Like, dude, you just waited, or it's like
What y'all think about those M. Night Shyamalan movies, like The Village?
What is the thing that The Mist is an M. Night Shyamalan movie
Well, I meant like, what do you think about
in
like
general?
for
Like,
example, have y'all seen The Village, right?
Yes.
yeah,
Like the
haven't.
ending to that. Okay, well, I guess without spoiling it, the ending to that for those of us that have seen it, I thought it was creative, especially for when it came out.
I didn't hate it. I know a lot of people didn't like the ending, but
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't hate it.
it caught me off guard, and that's probably what I liked about it. Is it caught me? I was like, wait, what? Oh, wait, no way! And it just had a few more like, how did it? Like, I want to know more. Okay, tell me more of the story, and he never did. So I was like, oh, motherfucker. That's the only thing that kind of gets me is that I wanted to know more of the story as to like why this is like this and how they're getting away with it.
yeah. Because I remember when that movie first came out, I think everyone was scared of it for some reason. I was like, oh no, it's a scary movie. And I guess I didn't watch it till like years later, and then I watched it. And I'm like, wow, this is not what I expected at all.
Yeah, making me want to watch it.
It's been a while, so I kind of want to rewatch it now.
Of course, Brandon hasn't seen it.
True.
You know, it came out when you were like 35, Brandon. So you should have watched it when it came out.
And back in your day, you could have seen it in the theaters for like $3.
My film, they filmed it in, was it 35 millimeter cameras? Black and white.
He went
No
to a
audio.
matinee.
And talking about like if I'm old.
If
the oldest scary movies I know are the Scooby Doo Mystery Machine.
uh-huh.
Yeah, you would watch
We do
it.
and John Cena.
It's John Cena.
You would watch them back when There was only 3 channels on the TV. That's why you remember them.
Yeah, true.
I was an antenna kid. I never had cable. So
See? Did you make somebody hold the antenna just the right way so that you could actually watch?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys. I think it's a pretty good point to wrap this episode up. I think it was pretty successful share here. I don't know. I really like the vibe that we put out. I do want to plug in the Spotify for podcasters platform. You know, it was pretty easy to set up and use. So recommend it if you're trying to start a podcast. You know, whoever's listening. But other than that, I don't know, Billy. You want to sign us off, Banter Boys?
Banter butt.
Oh,
I guess. I don't know. What kind of sign off you want me to do? Okay.
what does the fox say?
Oh, bracket
Ding, ding,
cow,
ding,
dude.
ding, ding, ding.
Wow, what is this? 2010?
And this is back in Brandon's day, dude.
All right.
The last meme that Brandon would recognize.
Bad luck, Brian.
Oh, that dude is already grown up, right? But
All of them have all grown up, bud.
all right. Well, that's all, folks.
But that's all, folks.